In the book, you make it really easy because you have 5 do's and 4 don'ts as it goes to food as a part of the Energy Paradox program. Could you take us through that real quick?
Sure. The first thing you do is add prebiotic fiber to your diet. And this is actually pretty doggone easy to do. Uh, you can add tubers, say yams and sweet potatoes, rutabagas, radishes. Asparagus is a great source of prebiotic fiber. The chicory family, radicchio, Belgian endive, chicory itself. You can even buy inulin powder, which is basically flavorless. It has a little bit of sweetness. And you can grind up flax seeds, great source of prebiotic fiber, as well as psyllium husk, another great source. So that's number one. Uh, you want to have foods that actually enable your gut buddies to make postbiotics. And some of the best postbiotic generating foods are the allium family. So onions and garlic and shallots, leeks. Cruciferous vegetables, actually, which are sulfur containing foods, are really important for making one of the most important postbiotics, which is hydrogen sulfide, which is the rotten egg smell. And rather than being a poisonous gas that we once thought, it's actually essential for mitochondrial energy production. Uh, the next thing is you want to have resistant starches. And by that name, these are starches, these are chains of sugar molecules that are resistant to our digesting them. And so more of these starches arrive lower into the intestines where our gut buddies are waiting for them to eat. A trick that I think is just so useful for everyone. So you could take, for instance, like a sweet potato, and you can make it more resistant than it already is to digestion by baking it or cooking it, and then cooling it, and then reheating it. And the process of cooling is when these starches actually are made more resistant. In fact, the most resistant starch that has been found is the purple sweet potato. And the purple sweet potato, if you cook it and cool it, it'll have about 50% of its entire sugar load a resistant starch when you're done with it. So it's the thing that kept the Okinawans alive and thriving, one of the blue zones. Uh, Eat fruit in very little moderation, eat low fructose fruit, and in general, give fruit the boot whenever you can. And then get melatonin and phospholipid containing foods. It turns out that melatonin is not just a sleep hormone. It is actually the most important antioxidant for your mitochondria there is. And it's so important that mitochondria will even manufacture melatonin for themselves. But there's a lot of cool high melatonin foods that most people aren't aware of. Pistachios are number one. They have more melatonin than any other food. Mushrooms are right behind that. Even coffee has melatonin. One of the surprising research that I discovered was that red wine and olive oil, which everybody knows has some great polyphenol properties, also are great sources of melatonin. And it may be that the French paradox and the Mediterranean diet is actually because of the melatonin in these foods and wine rather than resveratrol, for instance, or olive oil. So those are the big five.